In my 16 years of marriage, I've learned that marriage is a covenant, but it's also a classroom. There's so many things that I've learned just because I'm in the institution and the covenant called marriage. You see, we go through life going through university education, going through high school, doing MBAs, studying about specific topics, and being masters of those topics. But you'll find that when people are getting married, they don't really spend any time trying to understand what this institution called marriage, this covenant called marriage, is all about. There are so many things to learn, more so because two people coming from two different backgrounds are going to be living as one flesh. So there are skills that are required for you to be able to successfully navigate yourself within this covenant called marriage. I've learned that there are some very key skills that if you don't have these skills, it will most likely lead to a separation or to a divorce. And one of those skills is conflict resolution. We need to learn how to resolve conflict amicably. A lot of the time in my marriage, I found that when we are trying to make a point, when we're trying to be heard, when we're trying to just put a point across, we fail to understand what conflict resolution should look like. We should speak and we should listen. And we should listen to understand. And we should listen not just to argue back or to defend ourselves, but to understand exactly what is going on, both the verbal and non-verbal cues. It is only then that you can be able to resolve conflict amicably. One of the other skills that is quite important is communication. I think many marriage coaches talk about communication within marriage and how important it is in resolving nearly everything that happens within the marriage environment. And I would say communication is one of the key skills that any married couple would need to be able to resolve challenges. Because with clear communication, there is an understanding. Communication is always two-way. Communication is verbal and non-verbal. You should be able to read the room and read the situation. And then more importantly, build your emotional intelligence. Because as human beings, we're emotional creatures. Some more than others, but in being emotionally intelligent, what you tend to do is to be able to understand that not every situation requires the same response. And when you read the room and you read the situation and you respond according to what needs to happen at that specific time, then you will be in a position where someone can understand and can be heard properly, and issues can be resolved. One of the other key skills that one needs to learn is to be able to talk to each other with respect and love. This is covered in a book by Gary Chapman, which is the 5 key languages of love languages. And these love languages are different with every individual. And it is when you have an understanding of who you are with that you understand how to be able to take care of a proper, clear communication and showing of love that makes the other person feel that, yes, my partner feels me, my partner has heard me, my partner understands me. Because it's in these 5 love languages that we all feel that we are loved. And if we're not loved, we start building and harboring any level of resentment. And this resentment leads to quarrels and it leads to conflict. And if you don't have conflict resolution, then you find yourself in another precarious position. These are some of the many skills that married couples need to be able to maneuver around this thing called marriage. And if you don't take the time to be a marriage student, to learn what marriage is all about, to learn the different stages of what marriage represents, because it is not the love honeymoon stage that stays and lasts forever. Marriage goes through 5 different stages where if you know where you are individually and collectively, then you would know how to approach each situation properly and know that this phase will also pass and another new stage is going to come. Marriage is a covenant and marriage is ordained by God. It's holy. It is something that we should hold dear, and we should spend enough time learning exactly how we can make it successful, because with the absence of knowledge, man will surely perish and the marriage will scatter.